David, I have a question from Carrie in Massachusetts. And Carrie asks, as the backlash against racial equity grows in strength in the arena of politics, commerce, and education, do you see a weakening of commitment in the entertainment and media industries in either their enthusiasm for featuring stories that tell unrepresented histories or their hiring, casting, or general operations? Will Hollywood back away from DEI either in production or operations?
It's a phenomenal question, and the short answer is I do feel a regression. I feel a regression from the moment that the cultural reckoning that was the moment after George Floyd's murder. There were many policies, many promises made within the entertainment industry and beyond. Some of them were kept for a time, some of them weren't kept at all, and a lot of them are regressing. I think there is some notion that the further in the rear view that moment in time becomes, the less culpable we are as a society, and certainly within my industry, to adhere to the things we recognized as inequities because we had this moment during COVID where we went, no, no, no. We've been telling you for ages that we are being murdered like this, literally and economically and politically and in terms of our history, daily. And I think because it was COVID, people had just enough space because they were benched, so to speak, to take in that information. And therefore, there were, uh, um, like I say, policies and promises enacted that I do feel are feeling less potent. I do question whether more shows like Bass Reeves would be greenlit now, further away from that moment. And I see parallels with the Reconstruction era within which our show is set. That was also a time where policies and promises were made in the wake of the Civil War, and there were this 12 to 13-year period called Reconstruction that was then followed by Jim Crow, which also was a time of winding things back in the hope of going back to the way things were, in order for those who were in the positions of power, those who felt more comfortable being supreme, to re-enter that place indisputably. Equity is something whereby we're all sharing. Unfortunately, humanity seems intent on being the apex predator, and I do think that is something that is encroaching, without a doubt.